Today we are starting the unit 5th of business studies, and that is emerging modes of business. So let's start with this unit. It contains only one topic, that is e-business, and e-business may be defined as the conduct of industry and commerce using the computer networks. The network you are most familiar with as a student or consumer is the internet. So through internet we can do e-business, or we can say online business also. Then first topic is scope of e-business. Scope means how much or how many types of e-business are there. So first type is B2B commerce. B2B here means business to business. Here both the parties involved in e-commerce transaction are business firms, and therefore it is named as B2B. It includes creation of utilities or delivering value requires a business to interact with number of other businesses, which may be supplier or vendor of diverse input, or else they may be a part of the channel through which the firm distribute its products to the consumer. So overall we can say that B2B commerce is a business activity. It is done online and it is between two business houses. Suppose a car manufacturer orders music system from another company, tires from another company, and the glasses used in the car from third company. So they all are doing their business. They are not consumers, but here one business is consumer and another one is supplier. So that's all for B2B commerce. Then B2C commerce. B2C commerce, as the name implies, business to customers, and the transaction must be online, which have business firms at one end and its customer on the other end. So in the picture you can see the customer is ordering online, then order is processed through a website, and then they supply the goods. So generally we using the online shopping method is also B2C commerce, like purchasing goods from any website online. Third one is intra-B commerce. Here parties involved in the electronic transactions are from within a given business firm. Hence the name is intra-B commerce. So here in intra-B, both the parties are part of same business. Like in the diagram you can see, in this company there is unit 1 and unit 2, or we can say factory 1, factory 2. So if they have any transaction which is online between them, then it will be called intra-B commerce. The last type is C2C commerce. C2C here implies consumer to consumer or customer to customer, and it is suitable for dealing in goods for which there is no established market mechanism. For example, selling used books or used clothes or any other items which a consumer want to sell to another consumer. For example, eBay is a website, and there are lots of websites nowadays where consumer can sell their goods to another consumer. Now the benefits of e-business. First point is ease of formation. It can be easily formed and lower investment requirement. Unlike a host of procedural requirement for setting up an industry, e-business is relatively easy to start. The benefit of internet technology accrue to big or small business alike. This means that even if you don't have much of the investment but have contacts or network, you can do fabulous business. So how we can start e-business easily? First of all, we must have a computer system with internet and a website for our business. Then we can easily reach to the global level. Means anyone from any part of the world can contact us, can purchase goods from us. So that is the only requirement, and it is not so costly. But if you want to reach personally to each and every corner of the world, then it is very costly. So as compared to the traditional business, e-business can be easily formed and there is less investment. Second point is convenience. Convenience here means as compared to the traditional business, internet offers the convenience of 24 hours into 7 days a week into 365 days a year business. Means there is no time limitation. Online services are active all the time, and it is the best advantage of e-business. You need not to stick to the limited hours of business that this time market will be open or not. So it is truly a business enabled and enhanced by electronics and offer the advantage of accessing anything, anywhere and anytime. Next benefit is speed. As already noted, much of the buying or selling involve exchange of information that internet allows at the click of a mouse. This benefit becomes all the more attractive in case of information intensive products such as software, movies, music, ebooks and journals that can be even delivered online. So we all know that in online business the physical movement is slow, but if we want to purchase anything which can be electronically converted, then there is a greatest speed in the e-business. Suppose we want to send money to someone else, then there is a speed because the online banking is available. If we want to purchase from any website any goods, the payment can be done with very speed. Although the physical delivery of goods will be delayed or it will take 5 to 10 days, but the half portion of the transaction is very fast. Or if we want to purchase software, movies or music, then it is also very fast. Fourth point is global reach. Internet is truly without boundaries on the one hand, and it allows the seller an access to the global market. On the other hand, it offers to the buyer a freedom to choose products from almost any part of the world. So we all know that there is a global reach of e-business. From any part of the world we can order any goods, but it is physically not possible or it will be delayed. Order processing also delayed. So this is also a benefit of e-business. Next is movement towards a paperless society. So now many type of data can be converted into electronic form. Therefore, we can save the paper, and it is also the environment friendly process. For example, you can see in railways, whenever you have a journey, the ticket is not asked from you. You can show your online ticket through mobile, laptop or tablet, etc. So there is a keyword written here, that is red tape. Red tape or red tapeism is a system where everything is going on through the process, and for each transaction there must be a paper. So here, through the e-business, we are reducing the dependency on papers, and we can use our data through our devices. And the government department and regulatory authorities are increasingly moving in this direction, whereby they allow electronic filing of returns. Electronic filing of returns means income tax returns filing and reports. In fact, e-commerce tools are affecting the administrative reforms aimed at speeding up the process of granting permission, approvals and licenses.